Hi everyone, it's Eva here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a brand new Sims 4 speed build. And in today's video, I am building a modern desert house. The reason I'm building this is mostly based on your guys' votes in the community tab, where I asked you guys what kind of color scheme you'd like, and most of you guys at that point where I started building said they would like neutrals with a couple of darker colors. And I don't know, I've been feeling very much neutrals recently, and I thought nothing screams neutrals as much as a desert house. And honestly, I've been really loving combining neutrals with darker colors recently, not just like dark and dark or neutral and neutral. But I do think I have to do like a proper only neutral build as well. A couple bits and bops of dark do look good though, in between the kind of sandy, creamy colors. I don't know, for some reason I've been really craving to do desert homes. I genuinely don't know where the inspiration came from to do something like this, but I barely ever build in like desert kind of environments, and so yeah, I thought we'd give it a go. Because I don't have Strangerville, I didn't have that world as an option, so I had to build it in Oasis Springs. And honestly, considering Oasis Springs is a base game world, I'm constantly surprised with like how multifaceted and big it is. I really enjoy that. For this one, I really wanted to build in a fully sandy environment, and a lot of the lots are on streets or like in green environments, and then there's big ones up on the top of the map that are sandy, but they were a bit too big because I wanted a relatively small house. So yeah, I decided to build in Sandtrap Flat, which is a 30 by 20 lot in I don't know the area of Oasis Springs, but it's like on the right side of Oasis Springs. And I fell in love with the lot. It's so pretty there. For some reason, the lighting in Oasis Springs, I honestly just love. I love this like yellow orangey glowy tone about it. I know a lot of people don't really enjoy that about the world because it gives everything a kind of hint, and I do agree, because everything that's white doesn't really look white in that world. I mean, honestly, it kind of really works in a build where I'm using neutral colors, so I'm not complaining. And yeah, this house is relatively small, so we have a 1 bed, 1 bath. I think it's still really spacious, which always surprises me when I build on smaller lots. 20 by 30s I've been really enjoying recently. I don't know why. I feel like I can utilize the space a bit more than when it's bigger. And yeah, I've been really intrigued recently by smaller homes, and the inspiration for this house actually comes from the backyard, which is why I started building from the backyard, because I saw this really cool picture of multi-level terraces, and I really wanted to recreate those in a way. And as you guys know, platforms are really tricky sometimes in The Sims 4, because sometimes when you add platforms to a already finished build, it can mess with the whole thing, and I wanted every level to be right. So yeah, I decided to start with the pool area and then have a couple of platform steps up, and then a couple of platform steps up from there to the foundation. And I actually mentioned in a video a couple of weeks ago how to connect platforms with foundations, because I know a lot of you guys struggled with this. I've got a lot of questions about like older builds where I managed to do this, because then for some reason over a couple months I think it didn't work, and yeah, finally it's working again. And it's a really simple trick. Basically, you build the foundation and the height that you want the foundation to be, and then you build your platforms. And if you have, for example, like I did, these platform steps leading up to the foundation, you build all of those and then leave like 1 tile gap, or however big you want the platform to be. You leave that gap and then build this little bit of platform that you want there. So the same length and everything that you want in that gap, you build somewhere else, so it's not connected to any other platforms or any other foundations, and then raise it up to the height that you'd like it. And then you click on it, and then there's this little arrow sign, and you can move them into that gap, and it should connect without any issues. There can be issues, obviously, and then you can lower the platform, obviously, because I think it snaps to a higher height or something. It's weird. I don't know why it does that, but yeah, you can definitely lower it again. I wasn't able to do that for a long time, and it was so frustrating. But yeah, that's how you basically connect platforms with foundations. And one tip on the side here, if you decide to place that piece, you will not be able to alter any of the connecting pieces like the foundation. I think it struggles to do proper rooms. So yeah, because you can't do that, I always recommend just leaving that as a last step. So once you've done all your shell stuff, if you've done all the walls, the foundation, everything that you needed to do, then I would recommend placing the platform, because otherwise, yeah, you'll have some issues and it's really, really annoying. So if you're wondering while watching this video why there's constantly a bit of platform on the side, that's why, because I always add it as a last step. Something else that I did in this build that was quite different to normally is I used the lowest wall height, and I'm like, who is she? I never ever use the lowest wall height. I don't know why. I feel like it can be really suffocating sometimes, and I love using like the doors and windows that come in the medium wall height section. So yeah, I always fall victim to that and then build with the medium or really tall wall height. But yeah, knowing this one, I thought, well, I wanted to use those eco lifestyle doors, the slidey ones, and for some reason they only come in the small wall height. So yeah, I had to work with that, and it did look really odd to have it any higher height. So yeah, I decided to stick with this, and I'm actually happy with how it turned out. I don't think it feels claustrophobic or anything like that at all. And of course, as always, I built some custom furniture bits and bobs, obviously without custom content. Need to stress this every single time. For example, in the kitchen, I covered up all the cupboards and everything with some art from Cicosims. She does amazing wooden gallery art without custom content. I will add her gallery name and also Cicosims, whose gallery art I used for paintings, in the description down below so you can check them out. What I wanted to achieve in this kitchen was to have like a mix of white and wood. For some reason, the wood tones that we have in the game don't really vibe with me. I don't know. I feel like they look a bit, I don't know, flat and pixelated, and I don't really love them. And Cicosims does the most amazing wooden gallery paintings. So yeah, she's got loads. I also use them in the bedroom. I love that bedroom, by the way. I made it super minimalistic and used that like wooden painting as a back headboard to kind of separate the wall. And it looks really, really cool. I'm loving the look, and I probably will do that a lot more in the future. But yeah, back to the kitchen. My voiceover is all over the place today. I don't know why. But yeah, basically what I did is I covered up the kitchen cupboards to create this really cool like oak-like look. Same with the kitchen island. I always use this waterfall island from Island Living. At first glance, when you look at the Island Living counters, you would never think that this is like a proper waterfall island, but it actually is, and I love that so much. Like, it's probably my favorite counter just because of that reason. I'm obsessed with waterfall islands. But yeah, I feel like the look of the kitchen just becomes instantly so much more contemporary and modern and realistic because it has these really great wooden tones. So I can definitely recommend doing that for your kitchens if you're running out of ideas. There's so much gallery art. I'm sure you'll find something that you can use to cover up your counters and cabinets. Also, a couple more things that I wanted to talk to you about is, first of all, exciting stuff. I did post this on the community tab. I added all my builds to Sim File Share, which is a website where you can download all the tray files. If you, for example, can't access the gallery or something and you play on PC, you can go there and then download the files and then manually add them to your game. And that way you can download my builds from there if, like I said, you don't have access to the gallery. And also the next thing is, you know how I always love showing you guys a full tour of the entire build so you can see it like from all the angles and in its full glory, really. And this time I actually decided to film it with reshade, and I hope you enjoy that. And as I promised last week already, actually the interior design episode is coming up this Monday. I unfortunately had to postpone it, but I am very grateful that you're all really understanding of that. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the tour that's coming up. I'll see you on Monday, and I also can't wait to see you next Wednesday with another speed build. Bye!